Welcome to One India News Hour. 98% of leaders are consolidating their remote work tools. Coronavirus-triggered work from anywhere has fueled the demand for digital tools to facilitate effective collaboration and document management. The work from home is unlikely to dissipate soon as the global vaccine rollout is expected to be a long-drawn affair. Moreover, worldwide business enterprises are adopting hybrid work policies, and this is likely to further drive demand for digital collaboration tools. Today, it's clear there is no in-office default anymore. Remote work in some shape or form is here to stay. IT leaders have learned many valuable lessons on how to quickly move entire organizations to remote workforces, how to create a secure work environment, and how to prioritize digital initiatives like never before. Now, the work from anywhere is going to be the next generation. A survey says by 2025, more than 75% of venture capital and early stage investor executive reviews will be informed using artificial intelligence and data analytics. Gartner predicts that by 2025, the AI and data science equipped VC or PE investor will become commonplace. Increased advanced analytics capabilities are rapidly shifting the early stage venture investing strategy away from gut feel and qualitative decision making to a more modern platform based quantitative process. Information gathered from sources such as LinkedIn, PitchBook, Crunchbase, and Owler, along with third-party data marketplaces, can be leveraged alongside diverse past and current investments. This data is increasingly being used to build sophisticated models that can better determine the viability, strategy, and potential outcome of an investment in a short amount of time. AI tools will be used to determine how likely a leadership team is to succeed based on employment history, field expertise, and previous business success. Let's look into today's headlines in One India. Content creators can earn money from short-form videos on Facebook. Facebook on Thursday said that it will allow content creators on its platform to earn revenue from short-form videos through advertisements. Creators will be able to earn money from videos as short as 1 minute via in-stream advertisements, the company said. Earlier, creators could only monetize videos that were at least 3 minutes long. With adequate spectrum, Vodafone Idea to meet customers' requirements and be competitive in the market. P. Balaji, Chief Regulatory and Corporate Affairs Officer of Vodafone Idea Limited, said the company has adequate spectrum to meet customers' requirements and be competitive in the market, ensuring all elements are now in place to offer improved services and compelling propositions to customers. VIL brought spectrum worth Rs 1,993.40 crores in the telecom spectrum auction. Government approves changes for increasing FDI limit in insurance to 74%. The Union Cabinet has approved changes to the Insurance Act for increasing the foreign direct investment limit to 74% from 49%. Under the new structure, the majority of directors on the board and the key management persons would be resident Indians. As per the data, life insurance premium as a percentage of GDP is 3.6% in the country. Work from home here to stay in India, says Nandan Nilekani. Infosys co-founder Nandan Nilekani has said that the work from home system is here to stay in India. However, Nilekani remarked that the value of meeting people, the serendipity, the ideas and innovation require people to come together. Work from home will reduce pressure on the commuters and traffic, and people will still be able to work, Nilekani added. Over 4,400 Facebook, Twitter URLs blocked in 2020, says government. The government blocked over 4,400 URLs from Facebook and Twitter under the Section 69A of the Information Technology Act 2000. MOS for Electronics and IT Sanjay Dhotre said it had blocked 2,049 Facebook URLs and 1,041 Twitter URLs in 2019. The law empowers the government to block information on any computer resource in the interest of India's sovereignty, Dhotre added. Nokia signs patent license deal with Samsung. Nokia said it has signed a deal with Samsung to license patents covering its innovations in video standards. While the financial terms of the agreement were not disclosed, Samsung will make royalty payments to Nokia. Nokia's portfolio comprises around 20,000 patent families, including over 3,500 declared essentials to 5G. Three people arrested in connection with hacking the former DGP's email account. Police arrested 3 people from Nagaland, including a woman who had allegedly hacked the email of former Director General of Police Shankar Bidari and took Rs 25,000 from his friends. According to police, the hackers recently sent a mail to Bidari's friend seeking financial help. Without suspecting any foul play, the friend transferred the money into the account number mentioned in the mail. Later, when he checked with Bidari, he realized the fraud and lodged a complaint. The investigation finally led to the arrest of the trio. Police have seized 4 mobile phones, 13 PAN cards in different names, 6 Aadhaar cards, 2 ATM cards and Rs 2 lakhs in 20 bank accounts. BlockFi raises $350 million at $3 billion valuation. Cryptocurrency player BlockFi has hit a $3 billion valuation off the back of a $350 million Series D funding round. Founded in 2017, New Jersey-based BlockFi is one of the host of firms working to build a bridge between cryptocurrencies and traditional financial and wealth management products. The startup currently offers users the ability to earn yield on digital assets, buy and sell digital assets directly, and get US dollars loans secured by the value of digital assets on the platform. Verse Innovation acquires photo video sharing app Weblr. Verse Innovation, the digital and social media unicorn, has announced its second acquisition in a span of 2 weeks by acquiring Weblr, founded by Virendra Gupta, a community-focused photo and video sharing app for an undisclosed value. On the acquisition of Weblr, Verse Innovation founder Virendra Gupta said in a joint statement, the combination of Weblr's product capabilities with our platform will improve our ability to drive innovation around camera and social engagement and play a more meaningful role in capturing the mindshare, timeshare and revenue share of Bharat's local language users. YouTube to levy tax on content creators outside of US by June 2021. Bad news for creators in India. Google-owned YouTube has announced to deduct taxes from payments to creators outside of the US. In an email to YouTubers, the tech giant said that additional tax is going to be levied on them, that is, who are outside the US, by as early as June 2021. Google said in the mail, over the next few weeks, we will be asking you to submit your tax info in AdSense to determine the correct amount of taxes to deduct, if any apply. If your tax info isn't provided by May 31st of 2021, Google may require to deduct up to 24% of your total earnings worldwide. COVID watch. India reported 22,854 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, which is the highest number of cases reported in a day since December last year. The country reported 126 deaths in this period, taking the total number of deaths to 1,58,189. The total number of cases stands at 1,12,85,561, while the number of active cases stands at 1,89,226. Summing up, for the CIOs and the whole IT organization, 2021 brings with it the imperative to generate more business value using innovative technologies and approaches to information. Current artificial intelligence technology is already capable of providing insights into customer desires and predicting future behavior. Unique profiles can be built with little to no human input, which can be further developed via natural language processing (AI) that can determine qualities about an individual from real-time or audio recordings. While this technology is currently used primarily for marketing and sales purposes, by 2025, investment organizations will be leveraging it to determine which leadership teams are most likely to succeed. To meet a broad spectrum of support needs, your remote support tool must be agile enough to provide support for any platform via any channel or device, depending on the support staff and end user preference. It should also ideally go beyond reactive support, responding to problems via phone, chat, or remote control sessions, to proactive support. This takes more sophisticated approaches like using data mining to support advanced self-help capabilities. Features like unintended access and the ability to run multiple support sessions simultaneously can help ensure support staff have time to efficiently resolve issues for more users, including those high-need ones. That's it for the day. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.